Well, if Snow White wasn't going to bomb already, it definitely is now. This film could not be any deader. It is completely trashed. It took one person alone to make that happen, and you know who she is. It's Rachel Zegler, and she came right back at 50% of the potential audience for this film and said vile things. Let's jump into it. So, from our friends over at That Park Place, we've got Marvin over there writing the story. Disney's Snow White actress Rachel Zegler causes controversy with unhinged social media election tantrum and hopes that Trump supporters never know peace. Well, that just sounds like a bucket of sunshine, doesn't it? Oh, and extra shout out to Stephanie, from G&G. She's crushing it with this because she's one of the sources for the story. Another day, another Rachel Zegler controversy. Disney's Snow White actress launched into an unhinged social media meltdown. Well, why not? Everybody else is doing it. Flying off the handle in the wake of President elect Donald Trump's victory over Vice President Kamala Harris. Zegler apparently posted parts of the long diatribe maligning and appearing to wish them harm or misfortune on the oncoming president and the 75.5 million Americans who voted for him. She did that all on her Instagram account during the intermission of a Romeo and Juliet performance, which she's doing on Broadway right now. I think she was headed into the second act, so she really had just enough time to tell you all off. Are you excited? So the following images here, these images there, are provided from our good friend Stephanie. She is a wonderful contributor on G&G and many other places, including her own channel, and a friend of mine who I think quite a lot of. First up is this little gem here. I find myself speechless in the midst of this, another 4 years of hatred. Well, the only one spewing hate, little lady, is you. Leaning us towards a world I do not want to live in. Wow, you probably should seek some help. Sounds like you need it. Leading us towards a world that will be hard to raise my daughter in. What daughter? You're not pregnant and you have no kids. Plus, I would be terrified if you did because you're not mature enough to handle yourself. Leading us towards a world that will force her to have a baby she doesn't want. You haven't had a baby in the first place. Okay? Little unhinged. Leading us towards a world that is fearful. Why? What do you possibly think could happen? Nothing. I shouldn't be this shocked, but I am. I am heartbroken for my friends who woke in fear this morning, and I am here with you to cry, to yell, to hug, to wax poetic on how the left continues to fail us in forging a new path forward. This loss should not have been, and it certainly should not have been by so many votes. Well, no, that should tell you something. You are not on the side of the majority, just so you know. That should click in your head that maybe other people don't share your opinion for some good reasons. I echo Ethel Kane's statement, oh, that's completely unhinged. More than anything, may Trump supporters and Trump voters and Trump himself never know peace. I feel bathed in the warmth of your personality, your effervescent sunshine, and just the amazing joy you will bring to the role of Snow White. Good job, Disney. Well done. Another screenshot, courtesy of Stephanie, is this. There is also a deep, deep sickness in this country that is shown in the sheer amount of people who showed up for this man who threatens our democracy. How? See, this is a question I know she can't answer because anybody who's ever said this can't answer this question. The only people that threatened democracy this time around were the people who decided they didn't need a primary. They didn't need to hear from their voters to pick a candidate. I can tell you right now, the majority would not have picked Kamala Harris. Moving on, it is terrifying the number of people who stand behind this man, what this man preaches. It is a foolish subscription to a false sense of security, of masculinity, of intelligence, of patriotism, and humanity. There is no help, no counsel in any of them. Okay. Well, then why are you worried about it? If there's none of those things and they all stand behind him, well, then again, you've defined yourself as people believing something different, which is fine. The only problem is, I don't think you're going to change anybody's mind here. They've seen into this window for quite some time, and they've watched what your side do to people that they don't, well, they don't agree with. And it isn't pleasant. You're very mean. Maybe not you personally, but based on what you're saying here, maybe you are. I could go on, she says. I won't. I feel sad. You probably do too. Flip this. Well, she didn't say flip, but it's my channel, so try not to curse a lot. Diving headlong into slide number 3 here. It's not more, it's not better. Get off Elon's app, by the way. Okay. The flip are you doing? They're eating you up on Twitter. They who? I don't use that app for a reason. Okay. He helped get that man elected and you're giving him business. Yeah, I'm where, rational, normal people exchange information and occasionally get entertained by people like you. I was talking about finding catharsis in art. When? And also, who cares? I don't care if you're going to pick a fight with me. It's been done before. Find something real to be mad at today. There's plenty to go around. Lady, you're the one who went and picked a fight with people. What is happening right now? What is this platform? And finally, okay, that's all. Going on stage for Act 2 now. And need to get off my soapbox before I get too heated. Before you get too heated? Lady, you probably shouldn't have stepped on the soapbox in the first place. Sending love to everybody that needs it today. May we all... Well, that's not true. Didn't 3 slides ago you wish harm on like 75.5 million people in this country? Well, that's a lie. There are a lot of people there that need love too. Everybody needs love. Rachel, your Dem govs just got very important. They already were, but hey, follow your governors. Hold them accountable. Local government is where we make real change. Oh, notice that, did ya? This is not the end, ever. The end of what? Again, finish thoughts, please. You're confusing me. I will love through these 4 years as best I can. Okay? So let's wrap this up nicely. Flip Donald Trump. Well, so much for the love. This latest Rachel Zegler controversy was incendiary and insulted more than half the country. And I want to make sure that you didn't miss out on being insulted like the rest of us so that Disney can maybe begin to understand that they're on the wrong side of everything and they're hiring the wrong people. They probably should do a soundness of mind check in the future. In the wake of her seemingly endless stream of venom, well, it was basically endless, many heads turned to Disney with a raised eyebrow. Well, yes, indeed. Disney and Lucasfilm fired Star Wars actress Gina Carano from her critically acclaimed role in The Mandalorian because she shared a meme on Twitter that drew a comparison between how some people turn on and demonize other people and how the German people turned on their neighbors during the rise of the mustache follower folks. It's important to note that Carano had simply shared a meme without commentary, not saying a word. Zegler went on a profanity-laced tirade in which she appeared to misfortune on half the country. I guess that would include me. He's a dumb kid. Yet Carano was vilified and fired while Zegler's Snow White will come out in theaters next year, with the star likely going on press tours and being celebrated by the company. Oh boy. Can't wait to see these things reprinted and billboards and shown about wherever she goes. That couldn't happen at all. Many wonder Rightly so, by the way, whether this outburst by Zegler will actually help Carano, who is suing Disney for wrongful termination and discrimination. Well, yeah. I mean, should she ever work for Disney again? I don't know. This is absolutely terrible. And if she continues to do work for Disney in the future, or if they don't discipline her at all, will it show essentially that Carano was right in almost everything that she's claiming, if not everything she's claiming? Hmm. And this is far from the first time that Rachel Zegler has created controversy for the House of Mouse. Of course, we've been covering it here all along with some of them up there very recently. While speaking to the press, she attacked the original Disney animated classic Snow White, which is dumb. It's how Disney got its start. Lambasting the love story and referring to it as weird, weird. The original cartoon came out in 1937, she said, and very evidently so. What a douche. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Weird, weird. So we didn't do that this time. Yeah, you got rid of the one aspect that people could identify with. What did you leave in? When her comments caused an explosion of controversy from fans of the original, like almost everybody in the world, the actual target audience for your film, she doubled down and compared herself to maligned women throughout history. Why? What have you actually suffered? I watched women get torn down my whole life, my whole career, she said at the time. We'll watch it in the election that's upcoming. We're going to witness that for a long time, I fear. Sometimes it can feel like we're going back. It certainly felt that way when that was happening. When what was happening? What? Oh, at current, by the way, with, just an oodles and oodles of views on this. Snow White's trailer doesn't look good. 1.3 million downvotes to under 100,000 upvotes. I don't think this film's going to be great. Listen, I don't see how this doesn't get brought in on the Gina Carano case as the scope of discovery expands, which it certainly will, because Disney has done some really dumb stuff for a really long time. So I can't imagine that we don't get more and more information than we can possibly believe that basically shows Disney is just the consummate bad guy through and through. A villain that we probably can look back on over the course of almost Iger's entire history there as ones that are trying to bend our culture in a completely different direction that seemingly is anti-American at this point. And with that, I can also imagine many other people coming forward in light of, some of the cases that have been getting settled recently and some of the mistreatment of ladies, which if you check out another story that I did today, right up there, we will talk about the fact that they underpaid women very long. Now ask yourself, what did Rachel hope to achieve with this? I mean, it's definitely going to give her that little endorphin bump. And sometimes I guess that can make you feel good. But at the same time, did she think that she was representing herself for future jobs or even her current ones? That she would very soon be on a press tour to support a Disney film that she either has to get a win with or maybe struggle for roles going forward. I would suggest even with a win on Snow White, she's going to be struggling for roles going forward. Because even if Hollywood can align with your personal politics and agrees with you wholeheartedly, which, let's be fair, most of them do, they are not going to be able to publicly endorse you, which also includes give you jobs easily. It'd be difficult. You may only get villain roles, which it seems like you're naturally suited for. Regardless, I don't think the outcome of Snow White is anything but dire. I think Disney is going to lose hundreds of millions of dollars once again, just like they'll lose hundreds of millions of dollars on Captain America Brave New World without Captain America. And they'll likely lose quite a bit of money on Thunderbolts, which, even though the recent footage looks much better, still looks like it's complete trash and there's not a lot of people interested in it. But hey, I could be wrong. Let me know. If I'm wrong, down in the comments section below. Are you going to go see the new Snow White film? Are you going to subject yourself to this person's performance of Snow White in something that will look very little like the original 1937 classic? Are you going to sign up to the train that gets her more work in Hollywood to tear down more valuable properties that we've been losing seemingly on a daily basis? Or are you going to opt out and elect to find something else to give your money to? Like, you know, maybe a charity, a homeless person, or something more worthwhile. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. And if you have other things to add, please do so. The more, the merrier. And I'll try to get back with you as soon as I can. I've been trying to interact with folks on the videos recently. It's terribly busy, and I appreciate that support. But share this one out there. Let spread far and wide exactly how terrible this person is making a film for Disney and how Disney just keeps turning a blind eye to her. Oh, and also double check that you're still subscribed to the channel. We're trying to get to 50K. Please help. Double check. If you're not, hit the red button. It's free. Doesn't cost you anything, and it'll get me to 50K faster. And if you share it, more people will see it, and that'll also help as well. As always, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and until next time, see ya.